Great. All right. Well, welcome everybody. So happy that you are here with us tonight. My name is Marci Steiner and I live in North Bethesda, Maryland, just a little north of Washington, D.C. And I'm super excited to be with you this evening to explore a huge business opportunity in the space we call nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is all about nutrition that activates your genes in a way that allows your genes to express themselves in a very positive way. So I'll tell you, this biohacking space, like taking control of your body and directing it in a positive direction, is really a growing business. And you're going to hear about a company and a product line that is perfectly positioned to dominate in this category of health and wellness. So we're going to start our conversation by going back to the beginning of where this company kind of formulated. And it was quite a while ago, 2005. There was an ABC News primetime investigative report that was aired on our primary product. And I want to start by watching this news report. And while you're watching this news report, I want you to keep a couple things in mind. One, who needs to know about the information that John Quinones is going to share with us? And two, if you were an investor, not that we're going to ask you for investing, for money to invest in this company, but if you were, would you be interested in investing in a company like this? So this is about 5 minutes long. Let's see if we can, there we go.
Tonight on ABC's Primetime Live, co-anchor John Quinones takes the promising antioxidant therapy called Protandim.
It's not a drug. It's a supplement. It's called Protandim, and it's a combination of 5 exotic plants that have been around for centuries.
Quinones has been taking Protandim for 2 weeks now and tells Extra,
I am sleeping better. I feel a lot better and also energized when I do wake up.
Primetime puts Protandim to the test tonight.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. Inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. I want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease. But it's something that accompanies and is attached to the disease process.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
So we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. In Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Xylibum marianum, are more exotic.
There's a huge human experience with each of these ingredients. They've been used often in traditional medicine in India and China and many other cultures. In some cases, centuries and centuries.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe.
Okay. So I'm just wondering if you guys ever had heard of that term oxidative stress. Like, was that anywhere on your radar screen before watching this news clip? Because I had not heard of it, and I had been in the nutrition world for quite some time. I want to start by just making sure that you're really clear in terms of what oxidative stress is and what Protandim does in the body. And then I want to bring you up to speed because a lot has happened since that news clip aired. Okay, oxidative stress, if you would just take in a deep breath with me. Feels so good. Oxidative stress, we just got it. It's damage to the cells of our body. It's normal cells mutating, changing to abnormal cells, and it literally happens from breathing air. Like when you cut an apple in half and you cut it up and you stick it up on the kitchen counter and you leave it out, you know what happens, right? It turns brown. Look at this apple in this picture. This is what's happening inside of our body. This is a visual of it. And lots of other things cause oxidative stress, like preservatives and fungicides and pesticides and colorings in our food and additives, chemicals added to our water to make it safe. We're holding the cell phone up to our head. We've got all these electromagnetic frequencies bombarding us that we can't even see, changing our cells, damaging us. And that oxidative stress is linked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different diseases and malfunctions in the body. So what I can tell you is that the answer so far has really been about taking antioxidants, right? I mean, you can literally go to pubmed.gov and you can type in oxidative stress. That's the National Institute of Health's Library of Medicine. You can go there and type in oxidative stress, and any condition, hundreds and hundreds of different, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, autism, Alzheimer's, depression, and you're going to see that it's linked to lots of different things, right? I'm not saying Protandim cures or heals or treats or mitigates any condition, because that's against the law. I'm just saying there's a direct link. And what I can tell you on this next slide, I want to show you the answer of how people have been dealing with oxidative stress. It's been pretty much direct antioxidants. I'm sure you've heard of antioxidants. We're on fire with free radicals. We've got 300 septillion free radicals attacking us every day. That's a 3 with 24 zeros after it. That's a lot of zeros. And the answer with the blueberries and the goji berries and the acai berries and the camu berries and the organic juices that we're turning to try to combat the free radical damage, this oxidative stress, it's not enough. Because one blueberry, one molecule of antioxidant can only neutralize one free radical, and then it dies off. So can you imagine how many blueberries we'd have to eat every day? It's a lot. We'd be blue. So what Dr. McCord, the formulator, was able to do was he was able to take these 5 plant ingredients and stick them in a specific recipe, like a ratio. And when he hit the exact right ratio, which were sub-therapeutic amounts of these 5 plants, a synergistic effect happened that made each ingredient 1,800% more powerful than just taking those plants on their own. And something happened in the body that's never happened before. It was almost as if like a switch got flipped in the body. And we call this an activator, not an antioxidant. Protandim activates a protein messenger called NRF2, NRF2. And when this protein messenger gets activated, it upregulates hundreds of survival genes. It downregulates fibrosis genes. So anything inflammatory in the body, it's like taking the dimmer switch and turning it down. And the other amazing thing that happens when you activate the NRF2 pathway is that, oops, let me see, somebody's unmuted. I'm just going to, oh my goodness, somebody's barking. I got it now. So the other thing that happens is that your own body's cells, when you activate this pathway, start to manufacture their own antioxidant enzymes. And you get put in a position where you're not just fighting off those free radicals at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now activating the pathway, you're in a position where you can fight off those free radicals at 1,000,000-to-1. Dr. McCord actually says up to 1,000,000-to-1 per second every second. It's as if your body was a house fire, if you were on fire with free radicals, which you are, and everyone you know is, and you're trying to drink organic juices, it's like taking a little Dixie cup of water and trying to put out your house fire. If you're taking an activator like Protandim and activating your NRF2 pathway, that's like having a fire hose in every room of your house with a sprinkler system on. So you guys saw what happened with John Quinones, how his oxidative stress came down 45% in 14 days. Crazy. The first independent human study that was done on Protandim puts us in a position where we can make a legal claim as a business that no one else in the world can make. And that is that taking Protandim reduces that oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. So based on what I'm telling you in terms of what oxidative stress is and what Protandim does, who do you think could use something like this? It's pretty powerful. The answer is really everybody, right? If you think about it. And that was the first thing that got my attention when I was taking a look at this business. It's not just for a little target market. It's not a niche product. This is for everybody. And a lot has happened since this news clip aired. I want to bring you up to speed at a very high level. Do you want me to go ahead and continue on, Kathleen? Should I let them know what's happened?
Sure.
Okay. So, and I can't wait to introduce you guys to Kathleen. Dr. Kathleen Troust in a minute. So what happened when that news clip aired, it was back in 2005, and at the original clip, it used to say at the end, for more information, go to abcnews.com. Everybody did, and $5 million of orders came in. The stock, because this is a publicly traded company, went from $1 to $20 overnight, just on pure speculation as to what was going to happen in people's bodies. The problem was Dr. McCord was a researcher. He was a scientist, right? He wasn't a sales guy. He was wearing the white coat. And like, it was just kind of crazy. they ran out of product. The stock that went from $1 to $20 fell to 7 cents, almost got taken off the registry. But the good thing that happened was that all these other researchers and scientists around the country ended up hearing about it. From Harvard, Virginia Commonwealth, Louisiana State, University of Colorado, Michigan, Vanderbilt, Ohio. Look at these universities. Those are major institutions. And they called up Dr. McCord and they were like, if we can just get our hands on this product, we want to start initiating and funding our own studies on this. When does that happen? I don't know if I have any entrepreneurs on the phone with me, any fellow entrepreneurs out there, but that's not what usually happens in business. If you own a business, you know this is extremely unusual, but that's what happened. And so far, we know of 50 independent institutions that have started initiating their own studies with their own staff on Protandim. 25 of those studies have already completed. And the research has been submitted to the National Institute of Health's Library of Medicine, NIH. And their scientists and researchers have tried to basically disprove, they go through a process where they just try to shoot holes in the research. And when they can't disprove it, not only do they publish it, but they publish it as peer-reviewed. That's the highest form of validity in studies. And so far, we have, well, you can go there. If you're a science geek, I'm not really a big one, but if you like to see it yourself, you can. I can tell you the science is done. There's research that has been done by Louisiana State University. Just type in Protandim at pubmed.gov, and you'll see studies on skin cancer where these mice were exposed to carcinogens. And the ones that were taking the Protandim didn't have the same incidence of skin cancer as the ones that were nibbling on the placebo. There were studies done on scar tissue going away in the body, specifically in the veins, where the American Heart Association, that's never endorsed a supplement, ended up publishing a huge article endorsing Protandim in their magazine, Circulation Magazine, went out to all the American Heart Association members. The government got involved, the Department of Defense, DARPA published the 15th study, the Navy SEALs are on this. The National Institute on Aging says Protandim is the only natural substance they can prove extends life. I can't make this stuff up. It's amazing. So bottom line is, back to the story, we had great stories and great studies, but we just didn't really have the platform. We weren't set up to be an online company. So the board of directors at Lifevantage said, let's get it out of this little office and put it in retail stores. And they put it in the GNCs, CVS's, vitamin stores, apothecaries all over the country. But it was sitting on the antioxidant shelf. There was no NRF2 activation shelf. We were first to market. So nobody knew what it was. We only sold a half a bottle per store per month. This went on for 4 years. They couldn't get the sales above 3 million. So finally, Lifevantage was very frustrated. They called in a consultant. The guy came in. He looked at the ABC News report that you guys just saw. He looked at all the peer review research, and he said, your hands are on something so big. In marketing, this is what we call a disruptor. A disruptor is when you have a new technology or a product or a service that comes into a space that turns the whole industry upside down on its head. That's what exactly has happened to Uber and Lyft, disrupting the taxi cab industry. And I mean, I'm sure you're going to hear a little bit more about that here soon. But it's big, okay? And that's what this consultant said. He said, you've got to tell a story. There's a huge story here. He said, pull it out of the stores and put it in the hands of entrepreneurs. But don't necessarily get into sales, because a lot of entrepreneurs don't want to run around convincing people. So that's not what we're doing. We're educators. We decided, Lifevantage, our company, decided to switch the platform and put it in the hands of entrepreneurs who could work together in teams, because we do this all the time, you guys. The most powerful way of any business growing and expanding is through word of mouth marketing. If you think about it, it's like if you go to a great restaurant and you love the experience, what do? You tell your friends. And then your friends tell their friends about the restaurant, and all of a sudden it's not a new restaurant. And the same thing happens with doctors or anybody that's good. You can't help it. You tell somebody about something that's good. We count on our friends. And that's what this consultant said, is you've got to leverage that. He said, everyone's got a network. Leverage that through word of mouth. And we switched the platform to network marketing about 9 years ago. And here's what happened. Where we were stuck at 3 million in sales, the company went to 11 million the first year, 39 million the second year, 126.2 million in the third year, and the company's stock started trading on the NASDAQ. Now we're over 200 million, and nobody knows about this yet. So we're on to something really big, and I want to introduce you to Dr. Kathleen Troust. Now, Kathleen has been a fitness enthusiast for over 20 years. She is a doctor of physical therapy. She's got a huge heart, which is very evident in how she interacts with her husband and her 2 young boys. She's a mama that's building this business that's touching so many people. She's just a powerhouse and very, very successful in building this business. So I feel very honored to be partnered up with Dr. Kathleen Troust and presenting with her tonight. And I asked her if she can just talk a little bit about the company and a few other things that you want to look at as, components that you want to consider when you're evaluating any business opportunity. So Kathleen, take it away, girl.
All right. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight, Marci. And thank you all again for carving out some of your evening to hear about this. It's worth it for you to know. When I was introduced to this 6 years ago, I had no clue about network marketing. It's not like I went to bed one night and said, oh, I'm looking for a network marketing opportunity, but I was looking for a change. I was looking for a different way of creating income for my family, which prior to this required me to have a patient on the table at all times. So being a mom of 2 young kids, that didn't really give me that same freedom. And I was introduced to this through that ABC News clip. And I can tell you, after so many years in the health space, I've never seen anything that could do this, something so powerful, and it costs so little. And so I knew I wanted it part of my own health arsenal. And I knew I was going to share this information. No one would actually have to pay me to share this news clip, but because that was the opportunity, I jumped all in and I started sharing right away. So I'm going to talk about a few things, and then Marci and I are going to go bounce back and forth about what you want to think about and things we want you to know about this so that you can make an informed decision how you want to be involved in this, whether it's as a consumer or a business partner. So I'll say, but first of all, we have the company itself. That's the first thing to evaluate. Lifevantage today is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Everything is transparent. It's like going to one of those restaurants where you can see the kitchen and you can see them making the food. It makes you feel good, right? Because you know what's going on behind the scenes. You can go to LFVN, that's the ticker, and you can read all about the investors that are, investing in our company today and what's happening. And so that's really great to know when you start a business in the network marketing space. In fact, out of thousands of companies, there are only 15 publicly traded network marketing companies, and Lifevantage is the only one that started that way. We're also partnered with a Major League Soccer team, Real Salt Lake. This is part of our global expansion strategy that is really spearheaded by our CEO, Darren Jensen, who has brought on a leadership team that has over 25 years of experience building up legacy companies. They've done it before. They have built $200 million companies and created billion-dollar brands, and they're over here now doing that for us. And this is part of our being seen around the world, and we all know soccer is the most viewed sport around the world. So this is great. So we are in that athletic space. We're also, speaking of global strategy, we're in markets all over the world. You can see here, some of these, we're just in customer markets right now, which will eventually be distributor markets. But we're growing very, very fast, and we have the leadership at the helm that can manage this growth. That's what's exciting about it. So let's talk about trends. That's something else to consider, because there are lots of options out there in how you could make money in the network marketing space or anything else. I mean, people are driving Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, Amazon. Their businesses are doing business in a different way. In fact, my husband just said tonight that he read 6,000 retail stores have closed already this year. And last year it was 6,000 total. So it's very expensive to have a brick and mortar business. And that's why, things are changing. This is a gig economy. And not only are companies doing business differently, but people are looking for ways to make money, because 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Of course, if they could go drive Uber, they're going to go do that if that's what they know that they can do. 95% of Americans cannot afford to retire. I think that's so sad. My parents, my mom just retired at 75 from full-time nursing, and she was really not in a position to do that sooner than that. And so anyway, people are looking for other ways to create income. It's just a trend. It is happening. But combine this trend with what's happening in the network marketing space. Look at these billions of dollars in sales around the world. In fact, network marketing has the second highest payroll on the planet. And combine that with the health and wellness space, which is the largest economic trend in world history, with this gig economy. We have a perfect storm here at Lifevantage, which is, we're very, very excited about it. Plus you add having a disruptor. And in that disruptor space, we have product trends. We have anti-aging, skin care, hair care, pet care, energy, weight loss, all within this nutrigenomic space. And when you are looking at a network marketing opportunity, you think, are those products consumable? Do people have to consume those every single month? Or do you have a water bottle business where you have to make a sale every month because you don't need a water bottle every month? Or a pocketbook, or pots and pans, or makeup. It takes me 2 years to get through a lipstick. So you just want to consider how frequently are people using those products, and are they unique? Can't get these anywhere else. I saw a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon book that came through the mail the other day, and there were products in there that are very popular in the network marketing space, and you can get them at Bed Bath & Beyond. That doesn't happen here because Protandim is patented multiple times over. You can't get it anywhere else. And so anyway, we have our hands in some really unique markets here. So some of you are on this and you're thinking, I want to learn a lot more about these products and what they do for me. So this is your opportunity. We have Protandim. That is our flagship product. That's where it all started with that ABC news clip. Proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Nothing else has been proven to do that. No pharmaceutical, no other natural compound, no other individual compound. It's the only one that's proven to do that. So that news clip, interestingly enough, is more relevant today than it was in 2005 because nobody else has been able to replicate that. It's made up of 5 plants: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, ashwagandha, and bacopa. Now, Marci spoke earlier about the synergy of these ingredients that make it so unique, because if you broke them all up, they're not even therapeutic. Here is the study Marci was referring to. When Lifevantage combined these 5 ingredients, it made it 18 times more powerful. They tested all the individual components. Didn't do it. Didn't turn on that Nerve2 switch. But when you combined it, that's what happened, and that's what makes this so unique. So nutrigenomics, nutrition, activation. We also have another product in that space called Nerve1 activation. This just is a different doorbell on your cells that activates your mitochondrial production. And your mitochondria is essentially it's like the battery to your cell phone. It's the battery to your cells. And as we age, those batteries, peter out, just like your cell phone does. So this upregulates that mitochondrial production for cellular health, function, performance. A lot of people talk about sleeping much deeper when their mitochondria is healthy. So you take these 2 together. Probiotic, taking care of our gut. Our gut is linked to our immune system. It's linked to our brain health. It's absolutely important. You've probably heard about probiotics, even though they've been around for about 60 years. It takes time for things to be mainstream. So just think about where Protandim is now. It's going to be like where probiotics are today, but you see the relativity there. Probiotics are not all created equally. Most probiotics that you buy on the shelf today will get killed off in your stomach acid. Okay, so it's trillions and trillions of strains. Most of it dies in your stomach acid, so some of it gets to your gut and so on. This has a patented technology called BioTrack, which protects the bacteria. It's like a coating. So it gets to your stomach without dying off and gets time released throughout your gut. So it's very, very effective. And the blends of bacteria in our probio are heavily studied. Something called Wellmune, you can look that up. And then we have an omega. Omega 3, 7, and D3, so we call it omega plus. Transparency, back to our company, is a big value here. So you can literally trace this fish oil to the boat the fish was caught on. And within 8 hours, this is bottled. So you can chew this, my kids chew this, and it doesn't have a fishy taste because it hasn't had the time to oxidize. So if you do have omegas and they're fishy or you get fish burps, that's why. That doesn't happen here with this omega. Now, if you combine all these 4 products, you have what's called the vitality stack. You reduce your oxidative stress, address your mitochondria, your gut, your brain, all of it, and you get free shipping and a little reduction on the price as well when you order them all together. And just imagine, if you had to go in, you've been driving your vehicle for 5 years, and your tires are a little low, the tread's low, you're not just going to change one tire, right? We change all 4, and that's what the Vitality Stack is. It's a great start. So Marci mentioned the LSU skin cancer study, and that propelled the company into another market to address oxidative stress on the skin. True Science is the first NRF2 activating topical system on the market today, patented and rated safe on the Think Dirty app. In fact, I think the scores are 0 and 1 for personal care products. So that's really, really important when you're putting stuff on your skin. There's a facial cleanser, perfecting lotion, eye serum, and an anti-aging cream with increasing potency of the NRF2 activation in each one. And although it's highly, highly anti-aging, because who doesn't want to look and feel younger, oxidative stress in the skin is a huge problem. And I just want to show you a picture of oxidative stress manifested externally and what that looks like. It's inflamed, it's red, it's breaking down, mutated cells there, and this is 5 weeks of somebody reducing their oxidative stress on the inside and using NRF2 on the outside as well. Pretty big. The company entered another market, the energy market. We know that's huge. You see it everywhere. Every time you go into a convenience store, you're going to see Monster, Red Bull, 5 Hour Energy, all sorts of stuff. It's very unhealthy. It has a lot of stimulants in it. People are spending a lot of money on that. And just consider that Starbucks is an energy company. So how can we create something that's healthy for us, that gives us a little bit of energy, that helps with our mental function and increases mood? That's really cool. It addresses multiple sources of fatigue. So we have 3 flavors that do have some caffeine in it to give you more physical energy, and there are 2 decaf flavors. I am literally drinking some right now at 8:30, and I will be able to go to sleep. It's just great for clearing your head. Then we have Pet Tandem. It's our first NRF2 activator on the market for dogs, and people will do a lot for their animals. If you don't have one, you know people that do. And it reduces oxidative stress in our pets. And our pets increase oxidative stress much faster. They age much faster. They're on the ground. They're in those pesticides and suffering with the same issues we are related to oxidative stress. So this is like a treat, and it has some other ingredients in it to support joint function, has omegas in this as well. So it's an all-in-one. Physique is our smart weight management system. I love that. It's not just a weight loss tool, because what happens when people lose the weight? They gain it back, right? Or they stop using that system because they've lost the weight. But this system you can continue to use long-term for management, for helping sustain, muscle mass, for giving you a really, a nice dose of protein to help with satiety. It also has a prebiotic, which is a drink. It's delicious. It's a blood orange flavor. You can mix it up with 8 ounces of water in the morning, drink it. It helps to really prepare your gut for the probiotics later. It's like the soil for that. It also helps you feel a little fuller. So if you drink that 30 minutes before a meal, it can help with that satiety again. And then we have the fat burner, which is a citrus-based product, which just helps your body burn fat more effectively, specifically around your middle, around that gut, and your visceral fat, which is very toxic and can be connected to disease and dysfunction. Not good. All right, and then we have the hair care system, the first biohacking hair care system on the market today that has Nerf2 technology as well as activation technology for the scalp. In an 8-day study they saw less hair breakage, increased shine here. I'm going to move this little thing. Increased volume. In fact, what you'll find that you'll have more hair growth, and so it will increase the volume of your hair. Reduced frizz, all good things. And then here, let me show you a couple pictures. This is after 2 uses of our hair care system. Just the quality of the cuticle of the hair, it smooths it out, it closes the cuticle, so your hair will look shinier and smoother. And then here on the right, you'll see a scalp condition, which this person was struggling with for 2 years and used our plant-based scalp serum twice. And you can see how much it cleared up that excess dryness and scaly. And then here you can see healthy hair growth, that increased hair density in a fairly short amount of time. And we do have some hair professionals in our company today that are so blown away that a product that is non-toxic could have results like this. Because there are products on the market that help with healthy hair growth that are not very good to put on your body. So amazing results here. So I'm going to turn it back over to Marci to talk about timing. And for those of you who don't know, Marci Steiner has a lot of experience in network marketing, over 25 years, right, Marci? Personally, and was at the top of another company. So I would love for her to talk more about timing and how you can appreciate this here in Lifevantage.
Sure. So you guys, if this was a conversation, if this was a business opportunity around a real estate deal, what would be relevant would be location. However, we're talking about network marketing, taking a product or products and moving it through networks of people. And what's pertinent is timing. Every product or service that comes to market, no one knows about it at the beginning, right? I mean, Kathleen had Facebook up there a few minutes ago, and it got me thinking about Facebook. I mean, maybe you can remember the first time you thought about Facebook or you heard about Facebook. Chances were that you didn't know what it was, or Snapchat, or anything that comes to market. At first, you're kind of like, what is that, right? And then maybe you hear about it from someone else, and then next thing you know, everyone's talking about it, and you're going home to set up your Facebook account, right? And today, we just see a little F in a blue square, and we know that stands for Facebook, right? So what I want to say to you guys is there's a continuum that exists as a product is entering into a space. We are in this early phase that we call the innovation pioneering phase. That's where we are right now in nutrigenomics. It's coming into the space. And there's a point where everyone starts to talk about something that we call the point of popularization. And when you hit that point of popularization, that's when you go into momentum. And everybody wants to know, how do I get where do I find one of those things? Remember Crocs shoes? If I say Crocs shoes, you know what I'm talking about, because Crocs shoes hit that critical mass point, and I could be talking about Crocs shoes anywhere. I found this any state around the country, even in other countries, people know what I'm talking about because they hit that. There was a time when Steve Jobs was in the garage, nobody knew about Apple computers. When would you have wanted to invest in Apple computers? When Steve Jobs was in the garage or today? I'm hoping you're saying in the garage. We are still early, you guys. And that is really critical. It's really true. So where we are as a company is that we've gotten from 3 million to over 200 million. In fact, we just had our largest quarter and our largest month in March. We've done that. And the largest percentage, or for the most part, our volume in our business is coming in from customers. That's important because these are customers that go on subscription just like we become a very subscription society, right? They're going on subscription. So we have a very stable income source that comes month after month after month. But would you like to be a part of that ride when we reach the point of popularization? Because we are looking right now, we know to take the company to $1 billion, we're looking for those leaders. We're looking for the people that not only want to consume the product, but want to help pioneer it to the point where the word's going to get out faster and further and deeper, and we're going to go into that momentum state. That's what we're looking for. We are early, you guys. That's exciting. Everything about this opportunity keeps getting better and better and better. The only thing that keeps getting worse, honestly, as a professional network marketer, is that the window of opportunity just closes a little bit every single day because more and more people are hearing about it. In fact, I remember I came from, as an executive, I was an executive in corporate America. In fact, I helped launch the cell phone industry. So we're going back to the 80s where we used to build cell phones in briefcases. And I remember telling people, like, one day, everybody is going to have one of these things. And my friends would look at me like, no. And now look, everybody has one. Our kids have them. We take our cell phones with us everywhere. I'm telling you right now, nutrigenomics, nutrition that activates your gene expression, everyone's going to do it because it just makes sense. Why would you keep just eating blueberries if you could activate your own body's ability to make antioxidant enzymes? The question is, where are they going to get it? Are they going to get it from someone else's? Are they going to be in someone else's network, or are they going to be in your network? I was like, well, I want to take it, right? And I want them to be in my network. So be thinking about that as you're evaluating this business opportunity, because this is real. And not only are we sharing, like we share something good every single day, but we can create income for sharing. So let's take a look at the money for a second, because there are 6 different, we can go to the next one real quick and then come back to this one. 6 different ways, thanks Kathleen, that we earn money in our business, not just one way. There are 3 ways that are leveraged, what we call leveraged, and there are 3 ways that are linear. So let me talk linear for a second, because that's how most of us make money. If we're in real estate, we're trading houses for dollars. If we're a personal trainer, we're trading clients for dollars. If we're a doctor, physician, we're trading patients for dollars. We know we do X, we get paid Y. And in this journey, whenever you expand the network with a new customer or a business partner, the company, Lifevantage, thanks you with a $40 commission. So every product that we have is associated with the points value. Okay, and we're doing business internationally. We're not just in the United States, we're in multiple countries. So you're going to earn 40% of what's purchased in the first calendar month, and that comes to you within a week. So that's huge. In fact, I'm not saying you could be like me, but I did make $1,800 my first week. And I love that, because there are a lot of people that want to make money right now. Like they want to put the deposit down on their kid's summer camp, or they need to pay their car payment, or they want to buy something special for their husband or their spouse for their birthday next week. And I love that there's really good upfront money with this business. We also, when you build those points to 5,000 in a calendar month in a balanced way, you earn launch bonuses on all the enrollments happening within your organization. So that's the 3rd way that you make money. You also make money in a leveraged way. You make money an average of 5% of what's being purchased in your organization down 9 levels deep. So we've got a unilevel, dynamically compressed plan for those professionals who might want to know what's the name of our compensation plan. That's what kind it is. And basically, like, I'll tell you what I did. I went to the people that, as I was launching my business 6.5 years ago, I went to the people that I really loved, that I liked. And I wasn't really talking about the product as much as I let them know, like, I stumbled across an amazing business opportunity. And I was in the process of setting up my business and lining up partners to build it with, and asked if they were open to taking a look at doing something with me. And they're like, yeah. Can you imagine if you did that? I mean, you can literally make it to the tippy top, by the way, of this company with 5 business partners. That's very different than a lot of other companies, where network marketing companies are very much based on sales, where you have to have more customers, more customers, more customers. You don't have to necessarily do that with our compensation plan. So those people, my friends, took a look at this ABC News report and connected with someone else. I know Kathleen's going to talk about that in a second. But what happened is today, it has grown into a huge network of over 30,000 people. And that wasn't me sharing with all those people. I shared with some people who share with some people who share with some people. And you, if you're building this business, are going to earn an average of 5% of what's being purchased by customers and business partners every month, month after month after month. Not only that, let's take a look at the real money for a second, because we have two more ways that you make money. So we are a publicly traded company, and that means that we have to make our earnings public. In this chart, you can see on the left that there are over 10 different distributor ranks in the business. The way you move up in rank is based on the volume of products being purchased, moving through your organization infinitely deep. It all rolls up to you, and it helps you rank advance. And what you can see is that on the left-hand side, these different ranks, it corresponds to an average income. On the far right, you can see the monthly average. So even at Pro 1, which means 1,000 points running through your business in a calendar month, the average monthly income is $79 a month. When I first looked at that, I thought, that's not that much money, until you think about your bank account. It's really hard to put your money in the bank and create $79 a month of passive, like, interest coming from your savings account. And I thought, even if I just take the products myself and our family takes it and shares with a few people, that's going to be enough money to cover my cell phone bill. I say yes to a free cell phone every month. So anyway, bottom line, it continues to grow. And you get to that Pro 3 rank where you're making an average of $500 a month. That's enough that would keep most people who have to file bankruptcy from having to do that. That creates a lot of choice in your life. And I was able to do that. Doesn't matter how fast I was able to do it. I'm just telling you, it didn't take me that long to do it. There's a lot of people in our company that are doing it. In fact, we don't have it on this chart, but I can tell you that the middle ranks of our business, that's where most of our compensation plan is flowing, into those middle ranks. So let's go back. And one more thing I want to show you about this thing. The fifth way that we make money is something called generational check match. So anyone that you personally enroll in the business, you're going to earn 10%, not that comes out of your check, but the company matches their income 10% every month forever. So if, let's say I was the one that enrolled Kathleen Troust. Kathleen is an Elite Pro 7 in the business. The average monthly income is over $11,000, right? So that's like $1,100 I'd make every month just for enrolling Kathleen. In fact, that's happened to me. What's happened to me? I'm in between the 8 and 9 rank. I have a business partners that are already at the 9 level. I don't care. When I was back in corporate America, I didn't necessarily want the people that I was working with to build to kind of go above my head, so to speak. But in this business, I want whatever you want, right? That's what we want for you. Whatever business you want, whether you're looking to create a little bit of extra income, or if you're looking to create full-time income and replace a job ultimately, or if you're looking to create big-time income, we want that for you. And we also earn 5% of the checks 4 more levels below the people that we enroll. I can tell you guys, my story is, I had a business for 10 years. I love what I did. But unexpectedly, my husband and I had a huge financial loss. And I went from never thinking I'd ever have to worry about money to being in a position where my husband had retired early. He had no job. We were trying to just keep our kids in private school and send them to college without student loans. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I loved corporate America, believe it or not. I loved working there. But what I didn't love is I didn't love having to ask off from work. I didn't love having to leave my beach chair to come back to work. And now I found a way through building this network and duplicating the system that I'm free from that. And I've just been able to retire my husband. My kids are, in really good places without any kind of student loan. So it's really worked for me. And there's been a lot of people that have new choices today. If you go back and look at the last way that we make money, and I'll just kind of wrap up the money conversation. Once you get to that Pro 7 where Kathleen is or above, you start earning global profit shares. The company takes 4% of all our profit worldwide, all over the country, and sticks it in a pool. And every month, we get a little piece of the profit from every product shipping out worldwide. Can you imagine going to sleep, laying your head down on the pillow, and when someone's sharing product in Asia or Australia or Mexico, you're making a little profit of that? It creates a super collaborative environment where in our company's culture, people come from their heart and everybody wants to help everybody. So I hope you can see, and oh, by the way, you can get a Jeep too. I hope you can see that we've got a really, I'm not even going through all the ways to make money. It's a very lucrative plan. And all my time of being in network marketing, I've really never seen a compensation plan so simple and one that drives the right behavior and is so organic that doesn't put a lot of pressure on you, just allows you to build however you want to build. So Kathleen, I'm going to turn it back to you to kind of wrap this thing up.
All right. Well, you spoke about the system, yes. And so I'm just going to talk about that. This is the sixth component of, you know, what would you have to do to build this network? What would you have to do? Because every company is different. And essentially, we can build this business with this right here, our cell phone. We have an app that the company has that can help you. We have regional and corporate training events to help train you. And we're really in the business of connecting people to the information and just being educators. We're not looking for experts in science. None of that really has to happen. But we work in teams of people so that you can get started right away with knowing how to invite somebody and knowing how to introduce them to the information. When you do become a distributor, you do get a replicated website. You never have to pay for that again. It comes in your initial investment when you get your business, which is fabulous. Everything runs from your website. It has a fabulous, great customer portal right here where they can shop directly from your website. You don't have to stock product or sell product or manage any of that. It's all online. And at this point, you're falling into a couple different categories. First of all, if you're interested in this from a product standpoint or a consumer standpoint, we have a fabulous education group on Facebook. A lot of people are there. It's called Health Evolution Community. So you can ask the person who invited you tonight to invite you to that group to read and see more of the stories of what people are experiencing with these products. Not everybody feels their oxidative stress level go up and down. It's like your blood pressure or cholesterol. But a combination of these products can really enhance someone's health experience. And we write about it in that group. It's fabulous. If you'd like to become a customer, you can get anything that we have here at wholesale price through a very flexible subscription program. And there's some options to get free shipping with the Vitality Stack or any of our True Science stacks there. And then if you are interested in sharing this information, not just putting these products in your body, but sharing them with other people, then you can become a distributor. And there's a few different ways to do that. There is a silver level, a gold level, and a platinum level. And it essentially comes down to what do you want to create. People who are looking to build a bigger business, build it faster, and want the highest savings. There's actually a great value with the Platinum Pack. It's a 32% savings on the products, and you get everything in this pack. This picture needs to be updated, but you get everything. It's a variety pack. Plus, you get an all-access ticket to our next conference, which is in July, and you have a year to use that. Our Gold Pack is great, too. It's more like a 24% savings on the product, but you can come in and you also get a ticket to the event with that. The thing I want you to know is that when you enroll somebody with a Platinum or a Gold Pack, you're going to earn either $400 or $200 or a Silver Pack $100. So just think, you know, how do I want to build my business? And I think I'm going to pop it back over to Marci here for a second to wrap it up to help you see how this might fall into your life.
Yeah, I mean, you know, most of us are on that traditional plan. That's what we've done. We spent about 20 years going to school, and then we work for the next 45 years, and then 40 to 50 years. You know, I guess that's 45 is right in the middle of that, right? And then we just get the very end of our life to enjoy You know, it's like we look forward to that time. And maybe, just maybe, there's another solution. I'm so excited to share with you the possibility. This might be it, right? I mean, can you just maybe think about spending 3 to 5 years making some sacrifices, expanding a network, empowering other people, being in your heart, doing what feels authentic for you so that you can create an income that allows you to enjoy life longer and do the things that you really want to do? Because I'll tell you, we all have dreams. It's like we end up we're fine. We're good. That's, it's like, I'm good. Maybe we're not. Maybe there's things that you want to do that you just kind of just became okay with your life. Maybe, just maybe, this is coming to you for a reason. I feel like there's a divinity around this opportunity. We've got protection around our products, patents that are going to put us in a position where we're protected for close to 20 years. I'm not saying like we have something that cures or heals or treats anything, but I feel a moral obligation to share. Maybe this is exciting you. Maybe we're not looking to convince anybody. That's not our company's MO. Just maybe you're thinking this is for you. So get back to the person who shared this with you and let them know where your heart is at and where you're at. And Kathleen, is there anything you wanted to share as we wrap this up?
No, I just wanted to thank you so much, Marci, for joining me tonight. I hope you guys got so much out of this. I know I did, even listening to this again. Just so appreciative of having this for my family and what it's created for so many people. An amazing community, amazing mentorship. So I thank you so much for that, Marci. And thank you guys for coming on tonight.
Yes, and I hope I get to hear from you and connect with you all individually soon. Blessings to you all. Good night.